Hello, my name is Bobby Springer, and the book we will be using today will be The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. The story element I'm going to be working with you on is the beginning, middle, and end, the story map. The grade for the children should be pre-K to kindergarten children, because this is an excellent book for them because of the bright colors and how it just keeps a child's interest throughout the whole thing, and it actually teaches them something as well. The length of the lesson probably be about 15-20 minutes. And the goal is to have the children recall parts of a story. Objectives for this would be children will understand a story has a beginning, middle, and an end. Children will learn parts of a story and able to recall them. Children will have an appreciation for different types of literature and will learn what comes next in a story. Children will start to understand what an author and illustrator does in a book too, and learn that sometimes the author and the illustrator is the same person. The standards I will be using will be the Ohio Early Learning Standards, and it's for language and literacy, it's reading comprehension, and the standard statement is retell or reenact familiar stories. Of course, for this activity, you will need the Very Hungry Caterpillar book by Eric Carle, a handmade caterpillar timeline, like one I got here. Just use paint and poster board. This will help you learn what happens from Monday all the way to Sunday on what he eats throughout the book. You can use pieces from the book, or you can just copy and laminate them like I did, and then have the children come up. Well, what do you remember first? What comes first? On the Monday, he ate an apple. On Tuesday, he had 2 pears. And say on Wednesday, he had 3 plums. And then you go on to the end of the week and tell him what he did. So that's the beginning of the month all the way to the end of the month. That's the first activity. Then the second activity is actually when it comes to the life cycle of a butterfly. I found these cute little pictures here on, I think Teachers Pay Teachers, where the kids can put these in order after you read the story. It would be first, he is an egg. Then, after he hatches, he turns into the very lovely caterpillar. But before he turns into the butterfly, what happens? He gets in his cocoon, and then he turns into the beautiful butterfly at the end of the story. Of course, you want to have your materials ready. And the differentiation of this lesson would be some kids would not really remember what happens at the beginning of the month or week compared to what happens at the end, but it's be more accounting activity for them. This would be a better activity for the ones who are struggling, since there's only basically 4 parts of the story here. Assessment, of course, you would look into, use a rubric on, and then try to figure out what they know and what they remember from the story, and if they can put it in order like this. Also, I found some other stuff on Teachers Pay Teachers that can be an extension activity. You can put these type things with the words in your writing center so they can learn how to write some of the words from the story. Or they can even, if you have these laminated, you can even have them write like that with a dry erase marker. Also, I created these 2 so they can learn patterns, different ones, and ABB patterns, AB and ABB patterns. Also, this book I found, you can even use this book here that's just very similar to The Very Hungry Caterpillar, where they eat stuff throughout the week, where you guys can discuss on what's the difference between this book and this book while reading. Okay. Children will have access to the centers and have elements of the story with them. For example, puppets will be made available in the centers, and all of these other things could be added to centers as well that I just showed you. This book appeals to young children due to the colors used in this book. Eric Carle has his own style that's appealing to young readers. His books are full of color, and his characters are very pleasing to the eye. A good illustrator, or as Coates states in our book, a good illustrator will use color strategically to complement the story's meaning and help children track narrative. The way he uses the color allows children to be engaged in the story and allows them to understand and recall the story. I hope you learned a couple different things on how to incorporate the Very Hungry Caterpillar in your lesson plan, especially when you're talking about beginning, middle, and end. Thank you for your time. Bye.